Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN's Xbox team, joined by the one and only Mitch Dyer.
Hi!
We're here to talk today after this week's Sony PlayStation 4 reveal event. The natural question, Mitch, is what can Microsoft learn from this? What notes should they be taking and applying towards their inevitable Xbox 720, next generation Xbox, whatever they're going to call it, event? So what's the first thing that jumps out for you?
Games. I mean, the PlayStation 4 event, the big thing for me was Sony glossed over all of the extra non-curricular stuff and just was dead set on showing you the awesome stuff you're going to get to play.
Yeah.
Killzone. Help me out here. What else?
The Witness was in there. Diablo 3.
Watch
they shot it
Dogs.
out. Destiny.
Destiny. Tons of games. Tons of like really big games. Great demos. Lots of reveals. We saw a big list of third-party developers that are going to be working on PS4. Everyone from Fifth Cell to Level 5 to LucasArts to Mercury Steam. Lots and lots and lots of game developers are working on PS4 right now.
So the question is, how does Microsoft counter that?
They need to be able to come out of the gate swinging and to show us that they have not only all of the stuff that you want from a PS4, but they have more. We have to be able to see the evidence that they have the third-party support, that third-party developers are as enthusiastic about PS4 or as enthusiastic about the next Xbox as they are the PS4.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you know, the Destiny one I thought was a big deal because a lot of people out there on Twitter are they sort of misinterpreted it as, no, it's not. Destiny isn't only coming out for PS3 and PS4 now. It's still coming out for 360. It's still coming out for the next generation Xbox, but the PlayStation versions are getting some sort of exclusive content. I think whether the Xbox platforms get their own specific content or not, Bungie is such an Xbox-centric, it's such a developer that Xbox fans hold near and dear that I think they need to get Bungie, Jason Jones and Bungie out on their stage too.
Get that first gameplay reveal.
Hey, we're here for you guys too. We haven't forgotten about you. I also think, I mean, getting Treyarch or Infinity Ward out to show a little glimpse of the next gen Call of Duty, even though we all know it's coming and it's going to be for every platform. Show it on Xbox. Make it say, hey, we're Xbox. We've got Call of Duty covered. We know it's important to you. Yeah. Bam, here it is. And then how about, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, they can't fire their biggest guns. Just like Sony, there was no Uncharted. Nothing from Naughty Dog.
The stuff that we're going to see, the stuff that we all really wanted to see at the PlayStation event, like the Uncharted's, the God of Wars, the Gran Turismo's, all that stuff is coming. Yeah. But I mean, for a reveal, you kind of you slip it out. You slip out the little stuff that's going to impress people and save your big guns for E3.
And so I think for Microsoft's side of that, we know there's no way we're going to see anything about Halo because Halo 4 just came out.
We won't see anything with Gears of War.
Right. Nothing with Gears. But I do think Microsoft can break out Forza. They can break out the heavily rumored Fable MMO. They could bust out. How about Alan Wake 2? A rumored.
I would love that.
We're not quite sure if it's real or not, but we think if it is, that it might be an Xbox exclusive. That could be a game that could really fire up the core. Because
I would love that.
That actually brings us to our next point, and that's focusing on the console as a games machine. Sony did a great job with that.
Totally.
With the PS4 reveal of saying to the hardcore gamer, hey, we know we've kind of lost you guys a little bit here in the PlayStation 3 generation. We are dead serious about getting you back on board for PS4. And so Microsoft needs to match that, if not exceed it, by at the unveil minimizing services and apps. I mean, it's something
which will be a feat.
Microsoft's
going to have to try really hard.
Well, because that's every E3, they dedicate a chunk of their E3 press conference to it, and that's the part where everybody just, their eyes roll into the back of their head.
You can watch all the videos on the Xbox.
What?
Oh, sorry, we were talking about video games?
Oh, we were? I thought we were talking.
Sorry.
I thought we were watching a coked out Matthew McConaughey show off Nike Plus Connect Train. Remember that guy?
Never forget.
It was like he cut off Matthew McConaughey's face and
taped it to his skeleton.
His own face.
Who was that?
That was strange. Anyway, we're getting off track. But yeah, I think for the unveil, again, that was something Sony did so well, was they were very focused on the core gamer. We want to win you back. So for Microsoft, minimize those services and apps in the unveil. There'll be plenty of time to talk about that stuff later because we know it's there.
Yeah,
we know
major Nelson blog post updates. It's going to be fine.
We know it's a big part of the Xbox as a platform, because the Xbox is a living room device. But so minimize that stuff for the unveil. Minimize Kinect. Now I know that's impossible.
That's not going to happen. You are a crazy person if you think that's
because
the way it's gonna go.
Kinect 2 is going to be a central part of the new Xbox.
So, and here's what I think is that what they have to do, rather than position themselves in such a way that they ignore Kinect, they have to sell us on Kinect. They have to prove that if this is coming in the box, if Kinect 2 is coming inside the box,
it's actually good.
It's got to be good, and you have to show it and prove it, and not only to gamers but to developers as well, to show them this is why you want this is why you want to work with this, and have just tons of proof about why it kicks ass.
So next point, we'd like to see Microsoft be upfront with the tech specs. Sony came right out in the beginning and said, hey, we've got x86 architecture, we've got 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM, and even if you didn't know what that meant,
it sounds fancy.
Well, that sounds really cool.
If you do know what it is, your head exploded.
It's true.
That's an insane console.
So, the rumors have suggested that Microsoft's specs are almost exactly identical.
8 gigs of RAM is the rumor, but we don't know if it's GDDR5.
Right. So just come out and don't shy away from it. Don't be like, we have magic elves inside our console that are making it better than any other console. Come out and say, hey, yeah, we've got a 6-core CPU that does amazing stuff. Would love to see that as well. What else? Because there's plenty of other notes they can take.
Yeah, I mean, we have a backward compatibility on our list of to-dos. Do you really think that they're going to focus on that at all? Because I feel like Sony has the Gaikai advantage, right?
Right.
We have the streaming service coming not only for Vita, but for PlayStation 3 games.
But not right away.
But not right away, eventually.
They were clear during the Sony conference that backwards compatibility at some point, maybe down the road through the Gaikai thing.
The important thing is whether or not backward compatibility exists, they need to be upfront about it. Maybe not necessarily on the stage. It's going to say, by the way, your library? Nah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if anything is going to be backwards compatible on the next Xbox, which I'm not so sure anything will, it'll be the live arcade stuff, the downloadable stuff. And so I would love to, if that's the case, I think Microsoft could really win that hardcore support by saying, hey, your digital library is coming right over to the new console. We haven't forgotten about you and all these great downloadable games.
I would love that.
And I think finally would be social side stuff. We saw some neat social features from the PS4.
Yeah. The share button is huge. Is the Microsoft console going to have anything comparable? Are we going to be able to capture and record and share everything we're doing at any time? That's an incredible feature. I don't know. That's a really innovative thing that I don't know if Microsoft even thought of.
But the one thing, Microsoft's strength for the last 10 years, their biggest advantage has been not hardware and not any sort of tech capabilities, but Xbox Live. Xbox Live is the thing that sells Xbox. That's what keeps people playing on Xbox. Their online service has always been 2 steps ahead of Sony's and 16 miles ahead of Nintendo's. And so can Xbox Live take the necessary leap to stay ahead of Sony in the social space?
I hope so. I think they're going to show us.
That's a big question. So that's it. We still don't know when the next Xbox is going to be revealed, but you saw the blanket all-day Super Bowl-style coverage that we did here on IGN. We took notes, and we saw what worked and what didn't work, and so we're going to have actually bigger and even better coverage for you whenever the next Xbox is revealed. So, for Mitch Dyer, I'm Ryan McCaffrey. For all your Xbox 360 and future generation Xbox needs, you're already in the right place.
IGN.